In this video, we'll be taking a look at one NBA game happening on June 1st, 2023, and providing you with a free team pick and total pick for this game, so 2 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on this one NBA game after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Miami Heat versus Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets will have had 9 full days off between playoff games when Game 1 of the NBA Finals tips off on Thursday night. That kind of layoff brings up the old rest versus rust debate that bettors have to deal with every playoff season. And it will be interesting to see what kind of Nuggets team shows up early in Game 1 now that they officially know the Miami Heat are their finals opponent. The Nuggets could have assumed it was going to be Miami, at least for a while, as Miami had the opportunity to clinch the Eastern Conference Finals the night after Denver cast aside the Lakers. We all know what happened after that for the Heat, and while they did ultimately get here, you wonder how taxing those extra games against the Celtics will ultimately end up being. The fact remains that only 2 NBA teams since the 2012 to 2013 season have gone on to win the NBA title after playing more conference finals games than their finals opponent, and even those 2 teams had the benefit of having home court advantage in the NBA Finals. That's not a luxury the Miami Heat had this year, but they've said all along they are comfortable doing things the hard way. The Eastern Conference Finals proved that. Now it's up to Miami to see if they can do it one more time, fighting as much history as they can along the way. The Miami Heat reportedly booked a flight before Monday's Game 7 win over the Celtics, and well, it all worked out for them. The Heat advanced to the finals with an easy Game 7 win at Boston, and now they head to Denver for Game 1 of the NBA Finals on Thursday. The Miami Heat have had to do it the tough way all season, but they outlasted the Celtics in a 7-game series to book their tickets to the NBA Finals. Jimmy Butler has been leading from the front with 28.5 points, 7 rebounds, 5.7 assists, and 2.1 steals per game. Bam Adebayo averaged 17 points, 9.2 rebounds, and 3.8 assists per game. Caleb Martin averaged 14 points, 5.7 rebounds, and 1.7 assists per game, while Gabe Vincent averaged 13 points and 3.9 assists per game. As a team, the Heat are scoring 112 points per game, while shooting 47.2% from the field and 39% from the three-point line. Meanwhile, the Denver Nuggets have had the luxury of waiting for the NBA Finals to begin after they swept past the Lakers in a quick series in the Western Conference Finals. Nikola Jokic has been a monster in the playoffs, as he has been averaging 30 points, 13.3 rebounds, and 10.3 assists per game. Jamal Murray is averaging 28 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 6.1 assists per game. Michael Porter Jr. is averaging 15 points and 8 rebounds per game, while Aaron Gordon is averaging 13 points and 5.5 rebounds per game. As a team, the Nuggets are scoring 116 points per game while shooting 49% from the field and 38.6% from the three-point line. Looking at the betting trends, the Heat are 6-2 against the spread in their last 8 road games, 4-12 against the spread in their last 16 games playing on 2 days rest, and 12-4 against the spread in their last 16 games overall. The Nuggets are 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 home games and 13-6 against the spread in their last 19 games against a team with a winning record. Head-to-head, the over is 5-0 in the last 5 meetings overall. The Heat are 1-5 against the spread in the last 6 meetings in Denver, and the Heat are 9-25 against the spread in the last 34 meetings overall. The Miami Heat begin their quest to become the first team to win the NBA Finals as the 8th seed in Game 1 on Thursday. The Heat are still missing Victor Oladipo, but the good news is that they could have Tyler Herro back in the lineup for Game 3, assuming that he doesn't experience any setbacks, while the Nuggets are coming into this series at full health, and they should be well rested as they haven't seen the court in almost 2 weeks. These 2 teams met just twice in the regular season, with the Nuggets winning on both occasions, so it's no surprise at all that they've opened as big favorites at home in this one. The Heat have been favored by the oddsmakers only 3 times in their last 10 postseason games, and they opened the series against Denver as an 8.5-point underdog. Their series against Boston wasn't pretty, but in the end they were able to clinch it 4-3 with another heroic performance on the road. The Heat are 6-4 straight up in road games this postseason, which is better than the Nuggets, who are 4-3 straight up. Jimmy Butler and Caleb Martin led the scoring with 28 and 26 points respectively, but it was defense that got Miami the win as Boston scored just 84 points. It's hard to say how much Miami has left in the tank after such a grueling series. The Heat's last win in Denver came way back in 2016, and the Nuggets have owned the head-to-head meetings, going 6-0 against the spread straight up over the last 6 games. Denver is a flawless 8-0 straight up in these playoffs at Ball Arena, and if we include the regular season, they've won 10 in a row in that building. Against the Heat, they are 6-1 straight up in the last 7 meetings when playing at home, and they won 124-119 when the teams played there in December. The 9-day layoff since beating the Lakers should have done the Nuggets good, but they cannot afford to relax as Miami will be sharp after the huge Game 7 victory in Boston. Nikola Jokic averaged a triple-double against Miami during the regular season, and his matchup against Bam Adebayo will be interesting to watch as he has a big size advantage down low. Aaron Gordon will have the task of guarding Jimmy Butler, but look for Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. to have their time on him. The Nuggets should be able to take Game 1 on their home floor, but them not playing a competitive NBA game for more than a week does worry me a bit, especially since the spread is almost in double digits. The Denver Nuggets are going to be obvious favorites as they're well-rested and at home, where they win by an average of 10 points and are 31-18 against the spread. However, as I've said time and time again, the Heat are moneymakers in this spot. The Heat are 12-4 against the spread and 10-6 straight up in their last 16 games as a playoff underdog. Also, a trend that goes back to the bubble, the Heat are 7-2 straight up as a playoff underdog of 8 or more points. Miami has covered in 12 of its last 16 games, so I don't believe that this will end in a blowout. I'll continue to grab the points with the Heat as long as these trends hold up. Give me the free buckets. So the Miami Heat to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Nuggets and Heat played twice this season, with Denver winning both games. They won the first game in December in Denver by the score of 124-119, and they won the second game in Miami in February by the score of 112-108. Both of these games went over the total set in this game. It's really refreshing to see a projected total of 219 points for a Miami Heat game after the line was set at just 203.5 points for their Game 7 against Boston. These teams eclipsed 219 points in both games this regular season and in 5 of their last 7 meetings. Betting on the over returned a profit in the last 5 meetings, while the 3 most recent games saw an average of 231 points. We probably won't see that many points in the series opener. After all, this is the playoffs and defense is being played. Miami has gone over the total in 10 of the last 13 road games and in 6 straight against Northwest Division opponents. Despite not playing for more than a week, the Nuggets should be able to assert themselves offensively against a mentally and physically drained Heat team. They own the best offensive rating in this postseason at 120 points per 100 possessions, almost 3 points better than the next best team. Miami ranks 5th in offensive rating overall and 3rd in road games. Denver is the superior offensive team, and I really don't see Miami having any answers defensively to slow them down. That means they'll have to flat out outscore Denver, which means the game will be played at a quicker pace. The over is 10-1 in the Nuggets' last 11 versus a team with a winning straight-up record. I'm expecting a free-flowing offensive game from both teams. I believe that we could end up in the mid-220s in this game. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.